Chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora for a while.
Now folks, there is an Olympus winner of, what was it? Bicycling?
Cycling.
Cycling? And she is a silver medal winner. And she is vegan through and through. And she's even started a line of food that's vegan to keep people from hurting animals the way they do. And we think her name is Dashi Bosch. Is that right, Carol?
Dotsie Bosch.
And Carol is going to read about her interesting career.
This is from the Advertiser, November 11th, 2021. Glendora Vegetarian Club. 2012 cycling silver medalist Dotsie Bosch went vegan when she was 36 years old. Dotsie became a vegan after watching a video and realized animals were not being treated humanely by the animal agricultural system. She changed her eating habits based on her ethics. Dotsie is the founder and executive director of Switch for...
Hold it, honey. Dashi is what?
The founder and executive director of Switch for Good.
Switch for Good?
Switch for Good's goal is to spread the dairy-free message.
Very good.
Ready for the jokes, Glendora?
Oh, well, first of all, I just want to tell the folks how excited I am about Dashi. That she is working for the animals so actively, and how proud I am of her becoming a silver medal winner in cycling. Okay, sweet. Yes, ready for jokes.
Daddy is in the living room watching football on TV.
Daddy's in the living room watching football on TV. Okay.
Mommy's in the kitchen working hard when the son comes to her and asks, "What does NFL stand for?" Mommy says, "National Foolishness Live."
Very good. Got another one, dear?
Sure. You know, a man really loves his wife when he calls her his first round draft pick.
Ha ha!
Another one?
Yes, please.
The football fan is holding the TV remote in his hand and calls into the kitchen, "Hey, Helen, is there anything you want to say before the football season begins?"
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Do you have any comment, Carol? Or shall we call it?
Well, I'm just going to say for more information, visit AmericanVegan.org or contact Glendora's Vegetarian Club at 518-931-0266 in Albany, New York.
Yes. Read that trailer again, would you?
For more information, visit AmericanVegan.org or contact Glendora's Vegetarian Club at 518-931-0266 in Albany, New York.
You did a good job on that, Carol. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I can't find the shut-off button. There. Hi, folks. Thanksgiving. Today is the third week of winter weather. November 15th, Monday. We are celebrating our Thanksgiving dinner the Friday before Thanksgiving. There used to be 2 Thanksgivings, you know that? There was something about the dates were mixed up, and they used to have 2 Thanksgiving. People celebrated Thanksgiving on different days. So the Thanksgiving hymn. We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. He hastens and chastens his will to make known the wicked oppressing. Now cease from distressing. Sing praises to his name. He forgets not his own. And remember, you and I took a vow 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, wasn't it? That we would count so many blessings an hour, and each year we upped it 10. Until now it's 40 blessings an hour. We count 40 blessings an hour. So Thanksgiving is every hour for us, not once a year. We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. He hastens and chastens his will to make known the wicked oppressing. Now cease from distressing. Sing praises to his name. He forgets not his own. But that's not what God is like. That's the way the Pilgrims thought God was. The Pilgrims. No, God's not like that. But there's good in that song just the same. I think we'd better put in the other Thanksgiving song. God our Maker doth provide for our wants to be supplied. Come, ye faithful people, come, raise a song of harvest home. All is safely gathered in ere the winter storms begin. God our Maker doth God our Maker doth provide for our wants to be supplied. Come to God's own temple, come, raise a song of harvest home. God our Maker doth provide for our wants to be supplied, and in great abundance. You want to do 40 blessings right now to see how easy it is? I don't know. I don't want to make these videos too long for you. And they're hard for video to get up on the YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Go. The galaxies, the huge size, the astronomical distances, the phenomenal numbers of them, how many there are of them, the phenomenal numbers of stars they hold, their beauty, their perpetuity, how long they last. The stars. What is a star? Do you know what a star is? It's a ball of gas held together by its own gravity. The contents of the stars. Hydrogen. Wonderful hydrogen. Hydrogen that combines. Two hydrogens make a helium. And all that heat and all that light that comes from it. And it takes care of us. And it takes care of our earth. Our star, the sun. And how the sun takes care of all of our needs and provides us all of that energy. The beauty of it all. Our stars making all the other elements. And when you put that element, hydrogen, together with the oxygen that it makes, together with the carbon that it makes, what fantastic compounds you have. And what beautiful things come out of those compounds. For instance, life. Our star and all of its planets and this great planet Earth, all this great planet Earth, the air, the water, the rock, the soil, the photosynthesis, the ecology, the symbiosis, all working together. Over 100 fruits and vegetables that we eat daily. Is that 30 or 40? Born alive and healthy. Food, clothing, and a home. Freedom and independence. No catastrophes. Finances. It's easy, isn't it, to count 40 blessings. Glendora is trying to stay on a liquid diet. To heal an injury. And cream of potato soup. Thanksgiving, 40 blessings every hour. And even if you do 400 blessings an hour, that wouldn't cover all of the blessings that we're given, or that we are. Who are we? We're all Son of God. This is what God is, all of us together. The beauty of the galaxies, and the beauty of life, and the beauty of plants and animals. Okie dokie, I can't let this go. Words, vocabulary, English language. Let's go, Wayne. Give us those beautiful 5 words you have for this week.
All right, the words are almighty, meaning all-powerful. And we have alms, which is a donation to the poor. And we have the word almoner, someone who distributes alms. And then we have allodium, ownership of land without being subject to any service, rent, or acknowledgement. And then we have aloha, meaning hello or goodbye in Hawaii.
Oh, I think they're wonderful. May I hear them again, please?
Yes, almighty, which is all-powerful. Alms, meaning donation donation to the poor. And an almoner is someone who distributes alms. Then we have allodium, which is ownership of land without being subject to service, rent, or acknowledgement.
Aren't they? Go ahead, Wayne. Excuse me.
Last word is aloha, meaning hello or goodbye in Hawaii.
Folks, don't you agree with me? Those are exciting words, and that the English language is so exciting, and that the whole thing that God made thought. And you can have thought that is saying, which is expressing, Wayne, your meanings.
Yes, yes,
Isn't it grand? That's why you're an English major?
yes, yes.
Now, would you do that Matthew 5:16?
Yes. Matthew 5:16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Folks, do you understand that? You do good works, right? You go out and do good works, folks. Is it to glorify you? Is it because people will say you're so grand? No. What is it for, Wayne?
It's to glorify your Father which is in heaven.
There you are. There you are. Now, let's see. You have a joke
Yes,
about an orange carton.
that's right. Why was the person who wasn't very bright staring at the orange juice carton?
I don't know. Why?
Because it said concentrate.
I think that's a good little joke for a kid. I think it's cute. Now, do you think you can do the one about the little old man and the little old woman who were summoned to court?
Yes, the little old lady was summoned to court, and the judge said, "Madam, you have been arrested for stealing a can of peaches." She said, "Yes, Your Honor." He said, "How many peaches were in that can?" And she said, 6. He said, "Then I'm going to sentence you to 6 days in jail, 1 for each peach." And the little old man standing next to her, who was obviously her husband, said, "Your Honor, may I say something?" And he said, "Be brief." And the little old man said, "She also stole a can of peas."
A can of peas. Excellent.
And then you have another joke.
Oh,
by-
yeah. You'd
better
better leave.
tell.
You better leave that one to Glendora, dear.
Yes, I was going to suggest that. It's about the man who visited the grave of Beethoven.
And he's listening to all of these symphonies coming out of the ground. But they're all being played backwards, and they're all being played in the reverse order in which they were written. Beethoven's 9th, Beethoven's 8th, Beethoven's 7th. And he says to the gravedigger, "I'm trying to listen to these Beethoven symphonies. They're all being played in the reverse order in which they were written, and they're all being played backwards." And the gravedigger says, "Don't you get it? He's decomposing." Okay, Wayne, we did the world a service.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, thank you so much, dear.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now, Wayne, Compton's Encyclopedia said a very interesting thing about electricity, that scientists couldn't figure it out, that it was present in so many different things. Cat's fur, for instance. Now, and then they decided we've got to say this without infringing on copyright. What did they decide electricity was?
Well, electricity actually consists of electrons that are incorporated into atoms.
I see.
The atom of matter.
And therefore, electricity was what was in all material, because in the electrons incorporated in every element in the universe.
Yes, everything is made up of atoms. And every atom apparently has electrons. And it's like, I think, mixing them up in a recipe and adding electrons to the scientific recipe, which produces atoms of different types.
So is that north atoms or east? Or South Adams. Okay, Wayne, that was the idea I wanted to get through to you folks. That the scientists were perplexed. You know, here was electricity here was it here was it here. And then finally they had to realize that it was part of the material. And it was the electrons in the material, the electrons in the atoms, in the elements. We got it, Wayne.
Okay.
This young man named Sean crawled underneath the 1980 Lincoln, and he thinks that the water, the flood damage in September, he thinks that it was up above the gas line, up above the exhaust line. And he dropped it down, the exhaust, and cleaned it all out, and even offered to take that oily, greasy stuff out of the exhaust line or whatever's under the car and take it to his house and put it in barrels because they take away that discharge environmentally. And then he did something with the catalytic converters. They're all right. They don't have to be changed. He cleaned out all the fluids, emptied the car of fluids. Today, Tuesday, November 26th, November 16th, he plans to fill the car with all of its fluids, and he plans to start it up. It runs beautifully, by the way. Start it up. Then he plans to get a dolly. And then he plans to drive the 1993, which he says runs beautifully. The 1993 runs beautifully. Take it out of the garage and move the 1980 out of the garage on a dolly and call a tow truck and take the 1980 to a detailing place and have all the mold removed and have it all perked up and shined up. And that will be Timmy in East Greenbush. And then he will be through, and Timmy will bring it back. We gave him $100 on Sunday. Who? Sean. And we gave him $200 on Monday. And I think $100 of that is for supplies. And then when he comes back, or whatever, when the tow truck goes, he gets another $100. Then he says, I'll come back for the $100 later that you said you didn't have. I don't know where he gets all these ideas. We've already paid $200 to Wally. Poor Wally, a retired maintenance man from the Department of Education building in Albany. Could never have done that. And I'll have to call him up and tell him. How much is that altogether? 200 Wally, 100 Sean, 100 Sean, 100 Sean, That's 300. 500 Sean. Okay. The garage is nice and warm, people report. Oh, also, Sean, will you sweep out the garage? When you have the 1993 out, before you put it back, tidy up the garage. Put everything in neat piles, and then sweep it very, very nicely. And don't just sweep the dirt out onto the driveway. Put the dirt where it will do the plants some good. Wow. Thank you, universe. Thank you, all of our friends. Thank you, the whole world. Thank you. Together, we did this. And it looks like we've succeeded so far. Patricia Sarr brought us some homemade chowder. And for milk, of course, she used soy milk or almond milk. And the potatoes came from her garden last summer. Isn't that a wonderful thing? How a little seed can pop out of the underground, can have these beautiful vegetables. They were so good. Potatoes and corn and all kinds of other garden vegetables from her herb garden. Meals on Wheels keeps coming. I said no. But it keeps coming. Thank you. Thank you for your goodwill. Instead of cheese, blocks of sliced cheese, American cheese, in 2 stores, all they have is cheese food or cheese processed food. This is good. This is good. Did you write an article for the Advertiser yesterday? Yes. We wrote it about black people who are winning prizes with their vegan foods.